We want to welcome everybody to the first edition of Gator Chop, brought to you on Gator Football Network, as we're coming to you live from Escambia High School, MacArthur Stadium, Emmett Smith Field for the first combine. High school combine is going to be taking place behind us, and we're going to have coaches from Escambia High School as well as the director of the combine on the show later. But we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to bring you some action from the field as we take a look at your Gators as they loosen up for today's combine.
Got a call from a band of brothers. Turn the mic on, the mic on. All the dollars I heard him say, now the man's gonna fade away. Was it back for a second act? No excuses when I don't use it. You're in the dawn of your finest hour, so get wired to the highest power. Pick it down, pick any side, ready to ignite. When the boys light up, you know who gets the praise, who owns the show. When the boys light up, it's on. We ain't stopping until we're done. We ain't nothing but conduits. He's got the power, he'll flip the switch.
I'm seeing on the left, all right? There you go.
Light up and shine.
I'm
When the boys light up, light up. When the boys light up, light up. When the boys light up, light up. When the boys light up, you know who gets the praise, who owns the show. When the boys light up, it's on. We ain't stopping until we're done. We ain't nothing but the conduits. He's got the power, he'll flip the switch. Leave him go.
And we want to welcome everybody back to Escambia High School, MacArthur Stadium, Emmett Smith Field for the first time that we've hosted this Step It Up Combine. And joining me today is head coach Willie Spears of the Escambia Gators. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Paul. Thanks so much for coming out today. I want to tell you this. We're so excited about the Escambia Gator Football Network. I mean, and working with you guys over at 8730. And today was a beautiful day. It turned out to be great. I mean, it started out 30 degrees this morning. It's beautiful now. We have over 250 kids here for this combine today, all the way from Panama City. School in Panama City brought 45 kids, and 2 or 3 schools from that city here, kids from Chippy I've seen, and just all over the Panhandle, even down south in Alabama. Daphne has a bunch of kids out here, and of course the Escambia Gators.
And Coach, one of the things that we need to talk about and maybe touch on is this isn't the Escambia Gators of old. This is a new look Escambia Gators. This is a new beginning, so to speak, for the Escambia Gators. And for those of you who have followed Escambia football for a while, you know that we've kind of needed a rebirth. And Coach, with you coming on board last year, we kind of got that rebirth, that start. And what can you tell us about the future of the Gator program? More importantly, what can you tell us about this season coming up?
Great question. Great question. It's funny you should say new beginning. That's when I interviewed for the job. On the front of my packet, it says new beginning. And so that's exactly what we say all the time. And we're excited. Last year we had a pretty good season as far as expectations were concerned. We thought we could have did a lot better. And we're growing on that. We got a great staff in, great principal in Mike Sherrill. He was a head football coach at Woodham for 10 years. And the way that he leads our school, not just football, but the way that he leads our school is just an amazing job. And our administrators, Miss Shannon and Miss Adams, it just helps everything out. And so it makes football easy. And we got great coaching staff. And this season, we look to do real well. I mean, we really feel confident because we were so close last year. And so the process, I was just telling somebody, I'm so concerned about the process to get there. And we're getting better. Coach Shepard's out there leading those 200 250 guys in Chance right now, and he works with us, and just a man that's just gifted to work with young people. And so the future is bright here at Escambia, and like you said, it's brand new. One new thing is our games are going to be streamed live on television with you guys every game, and that just says a lot about what you feel about Escambia and the tradition that I've been blessed to be a part of.
And, you know, the thing is, this tradition is big at Escambia High School. You know, they claim, you know, you hear the claim all the time that you bleed orange and blue, or you don't know what it's like if you haven't worn the colors. But you know, with Escambia, it's a little different, because not only is it just the kids, but it's the parents, and it's the grandparents, and it's a whole family of generation after generation of Escambia Gators. And what I noticed last year was the stands were filled again. Grandpa and Grandma were coming back to the games again. And it was a different atmosphere on the field as well as off the field with the things that went on. And it's no secret, Coach, you had to come in and clean house and do what, you know, you had to do as a coaching staff. But what does that do to position yourself to grow the program in the future?
It does a lot, and I'm glad you mentioned we have guys in wheelchairs, older guys who live here in Myrtle Grove, who say, I haven't been to a game in years because I just didn't feel like I wanted to be in that atmosphere, and now they're so excited about coming back and being a part. So that's exciting. The other thing is the off-the-field thing is we just have a great group of men who happen to be football coach, who are assistants, and they do such a good job of working the kids' butt off in the off-season, and that's what we're doing right now. We're working hard in the off-season, just like every program is, and we're working hard to get over that edge and push the button and to get over the hump. And it's so many people that you mentioned that bleed orange and blue. Guys I seen 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they played here. You know, somebody that played here when they were the Escambia Rebels. My son's kindergarten teacher, his first grade teacher, her father was the first ever coach here in the history of the school. And when I see her, she talk about the good old days. So Escambia football roots run very deep, and it's a great place to be, man.
Well, you know, just like today, how important is it to have an event like today hosted at Escambia?
It's huge. It's huge. When Michael Barankas got in contact with our coach Boware about it, and I at first I had some few misgivings, and then I thought to have a nationally known camp, have our school on a national website would be a great thing for us, you know, and we're trying to do things that nobody else is doing. You know, we're getting a brand new $250,000 a renovated locker room here in a few months. We're getting a brand new weight room this week, actually. We're doing a brand new weight room, and things like this other people aren't doing. You know, so we want to be the trailblazers, if you will, in this area. And so we're excited about it. We're excited the kids got a great fit. And think about this. These kids can say for the rest of their life that they had a workout on Emmitt Smith Field, that they walked on the same field that Emmitt Smith, the greatest running back of all time, the one he played high, same field. You know that, same field. And so for them to be a part of that and have that in their life, I think is a great thing. And I think we're going to see a lot of great athletes out here today.
Well, Coach, let's take a look just briefly at the upcoming season that we have. You know, me and you we had a detailed talk in your office the other day about the schedule and how you felt it was maybe a favorable schedule for this year. If you really take a hard look at your schedule, is there any one game that you feel is a pivotal must-win to start the season hot game? I mean, because you open up against what has become a very good West Florida football team.
Oh yes, yeah. Our schedule is favorable to our record. We were 4-6 last year. Almost everybody on our schedule was around 4-6, except for Pace, who we beat, and Milton, who beat us by 8. And so we could definitely lose every game, but we should be competitive in every game because of that, I believe. You want to beat West Florida. You know, it's a spring game a jamboree game, but they have a lot of kids who got accepted into their school that live in our district, and we want the kids in the future to get accepted because West Florida's a great school. We want those kids to kind of think, you know, I know I got accepted at West Florida, but I kind of want to go to Escambia. Our quarterback last year, Jake Durant, he was accepted at West Florida, but he wanted to come to Escambia. So that's an important win. And, you know, beating PHS is always important. Right. We have them here. We haven't beat them in a long time. Our freshmen beat them last year. That was exciting.
Unfortunately, it didn't get the Wash Bowl back.
We didn't get the Wash Bowl. The
We
freshman
need the
game,
Wash
though.
Bowl.
Amen, brother. So when you talk about games you look forward to, the Wash Bowl game is exciting. But, you know, for me as a coach, we're concentrating on getting better every day, and we play Crestview in the spring. So that's our focus now. But those are some exciting games to watch for in the fall.
Now, when you got Crestview coming, it's going to be your spring jamboree game, I believe.
Correct.
What do you think you'll be able to tell, and what do you think you'll be able to gauge through that Crestview game as far as where you are before you go into summer camp?
That's a good question. We concentrate on the game, but the game is not the important thing. We're going to gauge more from practice. We're going to gauge more from drills. The game, we're going to play the young guys for a quarter and a half, and then we'll play the older guys. So we may get to see one or two guys step up that we didn't depend on. And so the game is kind of important, but the lead up to it, all those practices we get to prepare for the game are the most exciting. And we'll only spend 4 days actually getting ready for Crestview. The other 16 days, we'll be practicing on what we need to do. So we'll be able to tell a lot. And the biggest thing, some of our kids who have no game experience will get to be in a real game and get those butterflies out. So that's the biggest thing we'll get from that.
Well, and also going through, and if you look at your schedule, I was very surprised to see that you have a game against the West Coast team, as we have a Legacy High School out of Bloomfield, Colorado, and, you know, letting some secrets out of the bag early, but, you know, guys, you'll be able to stay in Pensacola and watch whistle to whistle that football game as we bring it to you on the Gator Football Network. But how exciting are the kids? Are the kids excited about having that trip coming up? And how's that gonna? Do you think games like that will affect the amount of kids that come out in the summer?
I do. I think if I was in high school and I knew that the team was going to go to Disney World to play a game, that'd be pretty exciting. You know, again, we're trying to do things that no one else in this area is doing. Not that we're any better or any worse, but we're just trying to be different. And so no one in this area is going all the way down to Orlando to play a team from Colorado. And that gives our team even more national recognition. As somebody looks at the Legacy Colorado schedule, they're going to see Escambia, Pensacola, Florida. But I wrote on the sheet, Escambia, Myrtle Grove, Florida. So they're going to see that all the way in Colorado and look it up and Google it and find out about our area. So we're excited about that exposure, and they're a good opponent that's going to get us ready for our district play.
And, you know, one of the things that I've noticed this year since the end of last season is we talked about the relativity of this school to the Myrtle Grove area, and how back in the late 80s, mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s, it wasn't a Pensacola Escambia High School. It was a Myrtle Grove Escambia High School. It was that neighborhood, and how proud everybody was of that team. I've noticed that coming back to the Gator football program. And what do you contribute that resurgence in the community for this football program?
Well, we're intentional. You know, my son played football last year at Myrtle Grove Park. You know, and this year he's playing baseball at Perdido, because we get those kids as well. So we're intentional to make sure we're seen in the different areas. When I first got the job, me and Coach Gaddy and I, we went right over here and knocked on doors. How you doing? I'm Willie Spears. I'm a new head coach at Escambia. We'd like you to come out to the football games. We went all around this area, door to door. Now, what happened, though, is some people slammed the doors in our face. Some people said, "Who are you? I don't believe you. What are you doing here? It's not football season." But we're intentional about getting our community. We want. When I was at Rutherford, Coach Steve Harden did a great job of not saying Panama City Rutherford, but Springfield Rutherford.
Right.
And it was a little area that Rutherford was in. And the same here. We wanna let everyone know that we're proud to be in Myrtle Grove. Myrtle Grove Elementary School is right there. The ball field is down the street. We spent a lot of time at Myrtle Grove Baptist Church. You know, we're Myrtle Grove. We're the Myrtle Grove Gators.
Right.
You know, so we're excited about that and what that brings to the table, and we want to do a good job of representing this community.
Well, Coach, we want to remind everybody, as the Gator Chop is going to be a weekly segment, be about 15 minutes every week. If you guys want to tune in, you can only get it right now through the Gator Football Network. But we will make it available on YouTube, and we encourage you, if you like the show and you want to share it, we'll leave the share tab open.
Awesome.
And you can download the show. You can put it on your Facebook pages, or we want you to share what's going on at Escambia with your grandmother, grandfather, you know, and all your relatives, no matter where they are. And Coach, I appreciate you coming in for the first episode, but we'll have another one for you guys next week, and we're going to wrap the show up with some footage from the Combine. And we want to remind everybody that we are coming to you live from the first Step It Up Combine hosted by Escambia High School in our area. It's an exciting afternoon, Coach. Lots of athletes out here, and we are really looking forward to a exciting football year.
Yes, sir.
And everything leading up to it. Maybe next week on the Gator Chop we can get a peek at the new locker room.
Yeah, new weight room.
Or
And what people
yeah.
don't understand, what you're doing, you're giving people an all-access pass. I mean, you'll be able to come in our coaches meeting. You'll be in the weight room with us. You know, in April, we have our morning workouts at 7 a.m. in the morning. You'll be in there. You'll be in the weight room. We have a weightlifting meet here next Saturday.
Yep, we're going to be here for that.
I mean, so it's all access to Escambia. So if I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or if I live in Canada, or if I live on another planet, maybe not another planet, but anywhere in the world,
We're close.
We're close.
We're close.
We're close. I can I can learn about the Gators no matter where I'm at.
That's right, and
That's
we
a great
want you
thing.
guys to remember too that we want to make all of this information. This is available. If you know if you have a college coach that you want to see what's going on at Escambia High School, give them the web address. Let them go. Let them look and see what we're trying to do here at Escambia High School. And to my knowledge, this is the only
That's it.
football network dedicated
that's
to
it.
one high school
That's
in
right.
this area.
It's a flagship, baby, 8730. I'm so excited. It's like Christmas. I can't sleep at night. I'm excited. I'm excited about the Escambia Gator Football Network.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go. I know you're dying to get out there and enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have a few minutes of footage from the Combine, and we're going to wrap it up from Escambia High School for the Gator Chomp. This is Paul and Coach Pierce.
That's right.